This is a calm 60-minute bedtime story for sleep. Nothing sudden will happen. Nothing will change quickly. You can simply listen and rest. A lantern sits by the rainy window. Warm light in the room. Rain on the glass. Steady rain outside. Quiet inside. Nothing urgent. Nothing to fix. Nothing to do. Not now. You can stay exactly where you are. You do not need to prepare. You do not need to get ready. You are already allowed to rest. The lantern glow is gentle. Not bright. Not sharp. Just warm enough. The window holds the rain outside. The glass keeps the distance. You stay on this side. Safe enough. Quiet enough. Breath can be small. Breath can be quiet. In. Out. In. Out. No counting is needed. No control is needed. Just breath. Let the eyes rest. Let the eyelids be heavy. Let the face be soft. Let the jaw be loose. Let the tongue rest. Let the throat be quiet. Nothing to say. Nothing to explain. Rain stays present on the window. Soft streaks. Small drops. Then more drops. A steady pattern. But nothing sudden. Nothing fast. The lantern stays steady. A calm point of warmth. It does not demand attention. It does not change quickly. Nothing sudden will happen. Nothing will change quickly. In. Out. Now notice the body being supported. The surface beneath you is doing the work. You do not have to hold yourself up. You do not have to keep anything together. Feel the back being held. Feel the shoulders being held. Feel the hips being held. Feel the legs being held. Held. Supported. Resting. If a thought appears, that is fine. If it fades, that is fine. You do not need to follow it. You do not need to finish it. Not now. Back to the lantern by the rainy window. Back to warm light. Back to steady rain. In. Out. Let the shoulders drop a little. Not forced. Just a little. Then a little more. Let the hands be easy. Let the fingers loosen. Let the palms rest open. Nothing to grip. Nothing to carry. The rain will continue without your help. The lantern glow will continue without your help. The night will continue without your help. You can stop helping. You can stop managing. Not now. In, out. Now notice the chest. Easy movement. No effort. A small inhale. A small exhale. Now notice the belly. Soft. Unbraced. Unguarded. No need to hold it in. No need to protect. In, out. The rain is steady on the glass. A calm layer of sound. You can hear it clearly enough. You do not need to listen hard. Just notice it. Then let it be. In, out. Now notice the neck. Let it soften. Let it be supported. No need to hold the head up. Now notice the upper back. Let it widen. Let it release. Now notice the lower back. Let it be heavy. Let it be held. In, out. Now the hips. Heavy. Stable. Supported. Now the thighs. Quiet. Still. Now the knees. Soft. Now the calves. Heavy. Now the feet. Loose. Resting. Toes can uncurl. Ankles can loosen. Nothing to do with the feet. They can simply be. In, out. The lantern glow can feel a little farther away now. Still present. Still warm. But not close. Not pressing. Not urgent. Just there. A calm background. The rain can feel farther away too. Still present. But softer. More distant. In, out. If the mind tries to plan, it can stop. If the mind tries to review, it can stop. If the mind tries to solve, it can stop. Not now. You do not need progress. You do not need a goal. You do not need to reach anything. Only settling. Only resting. In, out. Let the face soften again. Smooth the forehead. Soften around the eyes. Let the jaw stay loose. Let the shoulders stay down. Let the hands stay open. Let the legs stay still. No effort. Rain stays steady on the window. Lantern stays steady in the room. Nothing changes quickly. Nothing sudden will happen. In, out. Now let the mind become less interested. Less curious. Less awake. Less involved. You do not need to keep track of time. You do not need to keep track of words. You do not need to remember anything. Not now. Just lantern glow. Just rainy window. Just quiet room. Just breath. Just rest. In. Out. If you notice you are listening too closely, you can listen less. If you notice you are trying to do it right, you can stop trying. Not now. Let the room feel simple. One warm light. One rainy window. One quiet place. One calm body. The body knows how to rest. The body knows how to drift. In. Out. You can settle deeper. Without trying. Without deciding. Just settling. Just resting. Lantern by the rainy window. Rain on the glass. Warm light in the room. A slow breath. In. Out. And you can keep drifting. A lantern sits by the rainy window. Warm light in the room. Rain on the glass. Steady rain outside. Quiet inside. Nothing to do. Not now. The lantern glow is gentle. A warm, steady point of light. Not bright. Not sharp. Just calm. The rain stays steady on the window. Even sound. Soft sound. A quiet layer. You do not need to listen closely. You do not need to follow the words. Just let the scene stay the same. In. Out. The glass holds the rain outside. The frame stays still. The room stays still. No changes. No surprises. Safe enough. Quiet enough. Not now. If a thought comes, it can come. If it goes, it can go. You do not need to decide. You do not need to finish it. Back to rain. Back to warm lantern glow. Back to the quiet room. In. Out. Notice the soft light again. It stays steady. It does not rush. It does not demand attention. Notice the darker corners of the room. They can stay dark. Nothing hides there. Nothing needs attention. Only quiet. In. Out. The rain makes small lines on the glass. Slow streaks. Small drops. Then more drops. Then more streaks. No need to watch. No need to imagine. Just steady rain. In. Out. The warm glow can feel distant now. Still present. But not close. Not pressing. Not urgent. Just there. A calm background. A quiet background. in, out. If the mind tries to name things, it can stop. If it tries to remember, it can stop. If it tries to plan, it can stop. Not now. Back to the simplest scene. Rain, glass, lantern glow, quiet room. In, out. You may notice the rhythm. Not a beat. Not music. Just slow, uneven softness. Nothing sudden. Nothing sharp. Nothing fast. Steady rain. In, out. Let the shoulders feel heavier. Not forced. Just heavier. Let the arms be quiet. Let the hands be still. Let the fingers rest. Nothing to grip. Nothing to carry. Not now. Lantern by the rainy window. Steady rain on the glass. In, out. You can rest in the sameness. The same sound. The same light. The same room. The same quiet. No surprises. No turns. No changes. Just steady. In, out. If the mind drifts, let it drift. If it returns, let it return. No problem. No effort. Back to rain. Back to the warm light. In, out. Let the room become simpler. Less detail. Less meaning. Less story. Only rest. Not now. Rain, lantern glow. Breath. In, out. You can let the body sink down a little more. A small settling. A small release. Nothing dramatic. Just settling. In, out. The rain is steady enough to trust. The glow is steady enough to trust. The room is quiet enough to trust. You are safe enough to rest. Not now. In, out. Let the words become less important. You do not have to follow them. You do not have to remember them. They can pass like rain. In, out. Lantern by the rainy window. Warm light. Steady rain. Quiet room. Nothing to do. Not now. In, out. You can keep resting. You can keep drifting. Slowly. Softly. Without effort. The rain stays. The light stays. You rest. In, out. And you can continue like this. Let the body settle. A lantern sits by the rainy window. Warm light in the room. Rain on the glass. Steady rain outside. In. Out. Now notice the forehead. Let it smooth. No effort. In. Out. Notice the eyes. Let the eyelids be heavy. Let the tiny muscles soften. Let the eyes rest in their place. No focus. No watching. Not now. In. Out. Notice the jaw. Let it unclench. Let the tongue rest. Let the teeth separate a little. Nothing to hold. In. Out. Notice the cheeks. Let the cheeks soften. Let the face be neutral. No expression needed. In. Out. Notice the neck. Let the neck be supported. Let the head be carried. No lifting. No holding. In. Out. Notice the shoulders. Let them drop a little. Then drop again. A small release. Then another small release. Not forced. Just allowed. In. Out. Notice the upper arms. Let them be quiet. Let them be heavy. Let them rest. Notice the elbows. Let them be heavy. Let them be still. Notice the forearms. Let them rest. Let them feel warm. Let them feel distant. In. Out. Notice the wrists. Let the wrists loosen. Let the hands rest open. Let the fingers be loose. Nothing to grip. Nothing to carry. Not now. In. Out. Now notice the chest. Let it be wide without trying. Let the breath come and go. No control. In. Out. A small inhale. A small exhale. If the breath is shallow, it is fine. If it is deep, it is fine. No rules. No counting. Not now. In. Out. Notice the ribs. Let the ribs soften. Let the space between the ribs soften. Let the chest move only a little. No effort. In. Out. Now notice the back. Let the back spread into the surface beneath you. Let the spine be long without effort. Let the shoulder blades rest. Let the upper back widen. In. Out. Now notice the lower back. Let it be heavy. Let it be held. Let it rest without bracing. In, out. Now notice the belly. Let it be soft. Let it be warm. Let it be unguarded. No need to hold it in. No need to tighten. In, out. Now notice the hips. Let the hips be heavy. Let them settle. As if they can sink 1 millimeter. Then one more. In, out. Now notice the thighs. Let them rest. Let them become quiet weight. No pushing. No holding. In, out. Notice the knees. Let the knees be easy. Let the joints be loose. Nothing to do. In, out. Notice the calves. Let them soften. Let them feel less defined. Less sharp. Less important. In, out. Notice the ankles. Let the ankles release. Let the feet drop open. Let the toes uncurl. Let the toes be still. Not now. In, out. Now feel the contact points. Where the body meets the surface. Where the weight is held. Where you are supported. You are supported. You do not need to support yourself. In, out. Now let the breath become quieter. Not smaller. Just quieter. Less noticeable. More automatic. In, out. The lantern glow stays steady. Warm light near the window. Rain stays on the glass. You do not need to listen closely. You do not need to focus. The rain can be background. In, out. Now let the muscles forget their job. Let the forehead forget holding. Let the eyes forget effort. Let the jaw forget gripping. Let the shoulders forget lifting. Let the hands forget holding. Let the belly forget tightening. Not now. In, out. If a thought appears, let it float above you. You do not need to chase it. You do not need to answer it. You do not need to finish it. Not now. In, out. Now let the whole body become one quiet shape. One calm shape. One heavy shape. Warm light. Rain on glass. Quiet room. In, out. Let the body feel slightly farther away. Still here. Still safe. But less important. Less detail. Less edge. Less urgency. In, out. If you notice a small tension, release it once. Just one place. One small release. Then stop. No scanning. No searching. No fixing. Not now. In. Out. Let the shoulders drop once more. Let the jaw soften once more. Let the hands rest once more. Then leave it alone. In. Out. Now let the breath carry you without effort. In. Out. A soft inhale. A soft exhale. Lantern by the rainy window. Rain on the glass. Nothing changes quickly. Nothing sudden will happen. In. Out. Now let the body sink again. A small sinking. A slow sinking. Nothing to do. Nothing to solve. Not now. In. Out. And you can continue like this. Breathing. Releasing. Sinking. Quietly. A lantern sits by the rainy window. Warm light in the room. Rain on the glass. The room stays quiet. Everything stays slow. In. Out. Now you can let meaning fade. Not forced. Just fading. Not now. If a word appears, it can blur. If a sentence forms, it can soften. If a thought starts, it can end early. A beginning. Then nothing. In. Out. The lantern glow is steady. The rain is steady. The night is steady. Same light. Same sound. Same quiet. Nothing changes quickly. In. Out. You do not need to understand anything. You do not need to make sense of anything. You do not need to connect ideas. Not now. In. Out. Let the mind stop reaching. Stop reaching for answers. Stop reaching for reasons. Stop reaching for plans. Not now. Back to the simplest scene. Warm light. Rain on glass. Quiet room. In. Out. Now let attention become wide and soft. No tight focus. No scanning. No searching. Wide. Soft. Quiet. In. Out. If you notice you are listening too closely, listen less. If you notice you are trying to follow, follow less. If you notice you are trying to do it right, stop trying. Not now. In. Out. Let the breath happen without notice. Let it come and go on its own. No rules. No control. In. Out. Now allow blank space to appear. Blank for a moment. Then blank again. Then longer blank. No need to measure. No need to count. Blank is fine. Not now. In. Out. If a thought appears, let it be far away. As if it belongs to someone else. As if it is not yours. As if it is not important. Let it drift. Let it fade. In. Out. Now let the edges of awareness blur. Like fog on the window. Like rain softening the view. Like warm light lowering. Soft blur. Soft distance. In. Out. You do not need images. You do not need scenes. You do not need to imagine anything. Just dim light. Just rain on glass. Just quiet. In. Out. Now let the mind become less verbal. Less sentence. Less language. A few simple words only. Then quiet. Not now. In. Out. If the mind tries to solve something, it can stop. If it tries to plan, it can stop. If it tries to fix, it can stop. Not now. Back to warm light. Back to rain on glass. Back to the quiet room. In. Out. Now you can drift away from effort. Away from attention. Away from thinking. Not by force. By losing interest. Less interest. Less effort. In. Out. The lantern stays steady. The rain stays steady. Nothing sudden will happen. Nothing will change quickly. In. Out. Now the words can fade further. Less and less. Thinner and thinner. Until they feel like background. Until they feel like mist. Not now. In. Out. You can forget the last sentence. You can forget the last word. You can forget what you were listening to. That is good. That is enough. In. Out. Warm light. Rain on glass. Quiet room. Nothing to do. Not now. In. Out. Now let the mind stop checking. Checking time. Checking progress. Checking yourself. Not now. In. Out. Let the mind stop labeling. No need to label breath. No need to label rain. No need to label light. No need to label quiet. Just sensation. Then less sensation. Then blink. In. Out. If you notice a word in your head, let it become smaller. Let it become softer. Let it dissolve before it finishes. A beginning. Then nothing. Not now. In. Out. Now allow longer quiet spaces. A quiet space. Then another. Then longer. No need to fill it. No need to name it. Blank is safe. In. Out. Let attention drift downward. Not as a task. Just drifting. Down. Down. In. Out. The rain stays outside. The glass stays between. The lantern stays steady. You stay inside. Safe enough. Quiet enough. Not now. In. Out. If a thought tries to pull you into a story, you can let it go. No story. No plot. No sequence. Just warm light. Just rain. Just now. In. Out. Now let the mind become simpler. No questions. No answers. No searching. Only steady rain on glass. Only warm light. In. Out. If you notice you are trying to get it right, stop. If you notice you are trying to sleep faster, stop. Not now. In. Out. Let the breath be automatic. Let the breath be quiet. Let it happen without watching. In. Out. Now the words can thin out again. Fewer words. More space. Fewer words. More space. In. Out. If you lose the thread, that is good. If you drift away from the sound of words, that is good. If you forget what was said, that is good. Not now. In. Out. Warm light stays steady. Rain stays steady. Nothing changes quickly. In. Out. Now let the mind become dimmer. Less bright. Less alert. Less involved. Soft dim drifting. In. Out. If a thought appears, let it pass without touching it. No reply. No engagement. No work. Not now. In, out. Now let everything be background. Rain as background. Light as background. Breath as background. Words as background. Nothing in the foreground. In, out. Blank. Quiet. Still. In, out. You can stop listening at any moment. You can drift off at any moment. You can fall asleep midline. That is perfect. Not now. In, out. Lantern by the rainy window. Warm light. Rain on glass. Quiet room. Nothing to do. Not now. In, out. And you can keep drifting. More blank. More quiet. Less mind. A lantern sits by the rainy window. Warm light in the room. Rain on the glass. The room stays quiet. Everything stays slow. Now you can sink deeper. Not by effort. By not adding anything. In, out. You do not need to listen closely. You do not need to follow the words. You can let the words drift past. Like rain sliding down glass. Not now. Let the breath be small. Let the breath be quiet. It comes in. It goes out. No rules. No counting. In, out. The lantern glow is steady. Not bright. Not sharp. Just warm enough. The rain is steady on the glass. Even sound. Soft sound. A calm layer. In, out. The window stays between you and the night. You stay on this side. Safe enough. Quiet enough. Not now. In, out. Now let the body be heavier in rest. Not heavy with effort. Heavy with release. The head is supported. The neck is supported. The shoulders are supported. The back is supported. The hips are supported. The legs are supported. Held. Safe. Still. In. Out. If the mind checks anything, let it stop. Checking time. Checking progress. Checking yourself. Not now. In. Out. Now let attention become dimmer. Less bright. Less alert. Less focused. As if the warm light inside the mind is lowering. Slowly. Gently. In. Out. If a thought appears, you do not need to answer it. You do not need to fix it. You do not need to finish it. A thought can start, then stop, before it becomes anything. Not now. In, out. Now allow blank space to appear more often. Blank for a moment. Blank again. Blank longer. No measuring. No counting. Blank is safe. Blank is quiet. In, out. Lantern glow stays steady. Rain stays steady. Nothing changes quickly. Nothing sudden will happen. In, out. Now let the edges of awareness blur. Like fog on glass. Like rain softening the view. Like warm light fading into the room. Soft blur. Soft distance. In, out. You do not need images. You do not need scenes. You do not need to imagine anything. Just warm dim light. Just rain on glass. Just quiet. In, out. Now fewer words. Shorter words. Less meaning. Less message. No task. No instruction. Only rest. Not now. In, out. If you notice you are trying to relax, stop trying. If you notice you are trying to fall asleep, stop trying. Sleep comes without pushing. Sleep comes when you stop checking. In, out. Now let the mind lose interest. Less interest. Less effort. Less awareness. A soft in drifting. In, out. If you forget the last sentence, that is good. If you forget the last word, that is good. If you lose the thread, that is good. No need to hold anything. Not now. In, out. Warm light. Rain on glass. Quiet room. Nothing to do. Not now. In, out. And you can sink a little deeper. A little slower. A little softer. Not now. Just rest. A lantern sits by the rainy window. Warm light in the room. Rain on the glass. Everything stays slow. Nothing to do. Not now. You do not need to listen closely. You do not need to follow the words. You can let the words fade. In, out. Let the breath be small. Let the breath be quiet. It comes in. It goes out. In, out. Now let the mind become very light. Not busy. Not working. Not searching. Just soft. Just dim. Not now. Warm light. Rain on glass. Quiet room. Same. 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 In, out. If a thought begins, let it end early. Before it becomes a story. Before it becomes a plan. A beginning. Then nothing. Not now. In, out. You can stop trying to relax. You can stop trying to sleep. You can stop checking yourself. Sleep does not need help. Sleep comes when you stop checking. Not now. In, out. Let the body be heavy in rest. Not heavy in effort. Heavy in release. Held. Supported. Still. In, out. Now let awareness fade at the edges. Farther away. Softer. Dimmer. Not now. In, out. Between breaths, there is blank space. A quiet pause. A soft pause. Let the pause widen. Not by effort. Just by allowing. Blank is fine. In, out. Now fewer words. Shorter words. Less meaning. No message. No task. Only rest. Not now. In, out. Nothing changes quickly. Nothing sudden will happen. In, out. If you notice you are listening, listen less. If you notice you are thinking, think less. If you notice you are trying, try less. Not now. In, out. Let the mind lose interest. Less interest. Less effort. Less awareness. Soft dim drifting. In, out. If you forget the last sentence, that is good. If you forget the last word, that is good. If you lose the thread, that is good. Not now. In, out. Warm light. Rain on glass. Quiet room. Nothing to do. Not now. In, out. You can drift off at any moment. You can stop listening at any moment. You can fall asleep midline. That is perfect. Not now. In, out. Just warm dim light. Just rain. Just rest. In. Out. And you can sleep.